Hello, friends. I welcome you all to this virtual learning online platform. Today, you are going to attend the fourth session of skill development program organized by Sri Havagi Swami Mahavidyalaya Udgir, Maharashtra, India. This is an initiative of Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Department of English. Friends, today I have come up with another topic titled as positive attitude. Actually, attitude is a factor that is universally acknowledged as an ability to overcome and destroy every possible disadvantage and advantage respectively. Attitude is a hypothetical postulate. This implies a broad-based behavioral tendency among all individuals. Attitude has to be analyzed in the light of real life situations to which they are actually related. Attitude cannot be observed directly, but it can be done through inference, and it is really possible to understand based on the overall behavior of an individual. As a matter of fact, attitude is associated with neurophysical state, verbal opinion, ideologies, and integrated philosophy of life of an individual. Attitude is a detailed direction of human behavior. It is a state of sensitiveness and process of act. Attitudes are evaluative. They refer to one's feelings, emotions, either favorably or unfavorably towards a person, object, event, situation, happening, development, observation, whatever that you have within your own reach. Attitudes are nothing but how one feels about somebody or something. As I said earlier, attitude is a hypothetical construct that represents an individual's likes and dislikes. If you minutely observe the people around you, you will find that attitudes are positive, negative, neutral, and these are the views of an individual about the object, person, thing, situation, and so on that you find around yourself. And there are so many factors which are actually responsible for building your attitude. Now, I would like to present my topic, and here I go with the presentation, that is PowerPoint presentation for your better understanding. So friends, as I said in my general introduction to the topic, positive attitude, first of all, you need to remember that Attitude can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Today, in this session, you will learn knowing the concept of attitude, knowing the process of the formation of attitude, and you will also learn the ways of changing your attitude. But first of all, I would like to tell you a small truth of life that can really make your life 100%. And I am using a better understanding of numerology in the respect of our alphabets that we study. As you know, you have alphabets of English from A to Z, and they are 26 in number. Now I am trying to correlate serial number from 1 to 26 in a sequence in the respective number of the letter. Like A will have the value of 1, Z will have the value of 26, J will have the value of 10, and T will have the value of 20. Likewise, each letter is considered in association with the numbers here from 1 to 26, and every letter, every alphabet has its own value as presented over there. If A to Z is equal to 1 to 26, that way you can consider. Let us look at the couple of things that we assume that they are really making our life 100%. But if you talk about the word luck, do you think that it will really make your life 100%? I don't think so. The total of all these letters will give you only 47%. Those who think that love can make your life 100%, that is also wrong. The calculation will be around 54 only. Those who think that money can make their life 100%, they are also being misled. The total will be only 72. A few people think that leadership is the matter that can really change their life and make it 100%. But that is also a futile perception. The total will be only 89. Now you think about these words also, like knowledge, hard work. You go for any word that you think that is the key to your success, key to your making your life 100%. If you go for knowledge, there are many people, those who believe that knowledge is the power and that can make your life 100%. The total will go for 96. If at all you think that it is the hard work that can make your life 100%, it will lead you to 98 only. But if you really think about this word, that is attitude, now you go for the total. A stands for, as you said, or as I said, like A is equal to 1. So accordingly, 1 plus 20 plus 20 plus 9 plus 20 plus 21 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 100. And here I would like to suggest you that it is the attitude that can really make your life 100%. It is our attitude towards life and towards work that can make our life 100%. And with this numerological understanding, I proceed with my topic today, that is, what is an attitude? Mind it well, attitude can bring changes in your life. Attitude can change everything around you, and it is your attitude that decides the others' attitude towards you. So it is very essential for everybody to have a positive attitude in life. Let us try to understand the term attitude as such. When you talk in general about it, you will say that attitude is the thing but the way that you think, feel or behave. Of course, these are the three fundamental aspects of the concept of attitude as such. But if you really see in the psychological point of view, you will find that an attitude refers to a set of emotions, feelings, beliefs, behaviors towards a particular object, person, thing, situation, event, happening, so on and so on. It means it is a kind of psychological postulate. Attitudes are often the result of experience or the result of upbringing, the result of the surrounding that you get, and they can have a powerful influence over one's behavior. Because the way you are being brought up, the way you get your experiences, the kind of atmosphere that you get, automatically all these things will have certain influence upon you and your behavior, and that way your attitude is being calculated by the people around. Actually, attitudes are enduring. They can be, they can be changed in the course of time. As I said, attitude changes everything. But first of all, you need to change your own attitude in order to change the attitude of others around you. Actually, attitude is an enduring set of emotions or beliefs. They are formed in the course of time as we get exposed to the motivational situations around. We can really make it an evaluative process also, the evaluation of an individual, evaluation of the self. As we experience the world around, we get different thoughts, emotions, experiences, observations, so on and so on, and all these things unite together, and that forms our attitude. Later on, that also affects your behavior. And here, when you talk about attitude in general, attitude is a negative or a positive evaluation of an object. You have your own perceptions. If perception is positive, your attitude seems to be positive. If your perception is negative, your evaluation of your observation itself is negative. So it has an aspect of liking and disliking, favoring or not favoring, accepting or rejecting. So many things that we do around the developments of an individual. So these things actually determine your attitude. Now I proceed to the most important aspect that you need to know. What is that? The types of attitudes. Generally the people say, like somebody has a positive attitude or negative attitude. But if you minutely observe the psychological stance of people around, you will find that there are 4 types of attitudes. One is positive attitude, second, negative attitude, third, neutral attitude, and the fourth, which is the worst one, that is second attitude. What do you mean by all these 4 attitudes? As far as a positive attitude is concerned, it is a mental outlook of optimism. Mind it well. The people, those who have a positive attitude in their own personal life, they look at the things with lot of optimism. Automatically their mental state, their mental outlook can be called the optimistic side of life, can be called the positive side of life, and of course such people have a positive attitude in life. The positive attitude, as I said just before, is a mental outlook of optimism and of expecting, such people do expect good things and good happenings around. If you think positively, everything will happen positively. If you think negatively, the negative things will happen in your life. So it is very essential for an individual that we should always think on the positive line. People with positive attitude easily get along with their life, and that life becomes the happy one. They spread joy, they spread happiness, they spread positivism around them. Of course, the others are also getting benefit out of it. And it favorably affects in all areas of their own life. So positive attitude really is healthy and good for the person himself or herself, and similarly good for the people around him or her. Now you have the second one, that is a negative attitude. Negative attitude is indicative through behavior like carelessness, lack of performance, laziness, rudeness, inconsistency in work, late arrival at any place. Okay, then you have the spreading or creating rumors or anything that you consider threatening to the positive culture or positive environment. Such kind of attitude is called a negative attitude. So never develop negativism, pessimism in your mind. Once you be the victim of this kind of attitude, mind it well, you will continue to live your life on the negative path. Third, you have the neutral attitude. What is that neutral attitude all about? People with a neutral attitude don't give enough importance to situations or events which are happening around. They simply ignore the problems, they simply ignore the people, they simply ignore the situations, they leave it for someone else to solve the problems. And if at all you continue to, you continue with this kind of neutral attitude, in the course of time you will realize that the people are also ignoring you. So never have a neutral attitude in your life. They don't feel the need of change at all in their own personal life and the situations around, and this kind of attitude is called a neutral attitude. Finally, you have the fourth type of attitude called second attitude. Second attitude is the most dangerous type of attitude in the world. It is more dangerous than the negative attitude. It is more dangerous than the neutral attitude. Moreover, I would say it is destructive, it is self-destructive sometimes. And this type of attitude has an ability to destroy any positive image, any positive concept, anybody who is in the limelight and doing some good work. And mind it well, it is really very difficult to change the attitude of such kind of person, because his attitude or her attitude is deeply rooted within the personality of the person. So changing the attitude of a person having second attitude is the most difficult thing in the world. So these are the four types of attitudes that we have, and if you minutely observe, you will find positive attitude, negative attitude, neutral attitude and second attitude among different people around you. Now I will talk about the three important components of attitude. Actually, this is a research done by Rosenberg and Howland in 1960, and he come up with a three component based formula of attitude. There are three important components according to Rosenberg and Howland. One, affective component. Two, behavioral component. Three, cognitive component. Now I will discuss about the first one, that is affective component. See, your feelings, emotions carry a lot of importance in your life. Your own feelings and emotions do affect your own survival. And your feelings and attitudes and emotions also affect the people around you. And that's why Rosenberg and Howland called it affective component of attitude. Number two, your behavior, demeanor, language, lifestyle, so on and so on, which has become the integral aspect and part of your behavioral life or behavioral component. That component is also an essential component of attitude making. And the third one is the cognitive component. What do you mean by cognitive component? Cognitive component is basically related to your own beliefs, conceptions, misconceptions, disbelief, your knowledge, your ignorance, all these things which are the most essential inputs of your life, and that really forms your cognitive competence and your cognitive component of attitude also. So this is the very stand of Rosenberg and Howland, and he published his research in 1960, right? So now I will talk about the formation of attitude and what are the important aspects around us which are really forming our attitude. In the psychological point of view, if you really think, the psychology of an individual is the most integral aspect of or formation of attitude. My psychoanalysis is different, your psychoanalysis is different, your observation to life is different, my observation of life is different, your psychological stance is different, my psychological stance is different. What I actually mean to say is, every individual is an eccentric person as far as his psychology or her psychology is concerned. And there are several factors responsible for forming your attitude and forming your psychology. And now you see how the psychology is really formed. That formed psychology will decide your attitude, because there are so many psychological traumas in your life. There are so many things that really built up your psychology positively. There are so many things which have really damaged you at the bottom of your heart. There are a few things which have deeply rooted into your mind and psyche. So this psychology is really very, very constructive as far as the formation of your attitude is concerned. Second point, what I personally feel in the respect of the formation of attitude is your family. Mind it well, the atmosphere in your family, the outlook and attitude of your parents, the outlook and attitude of your siblings, the attitude and outlook of your elder brothers and sisters, as a whole, the kind of culture that you have, the kind of language that you have, the kind of family values that you have, that also forms your attitude. Directly or indirectly, everything that happens within your family is responsible for the making of your attitude. Sometimes you might have seen the rude parents have very decent children and vice versa. Sometimes very decent parents have very rude children. So what I mean to say is, whatever is happening within your family, your own likes and dislikes form your attitude. Sometimes you start dejecting somebody in the family because of his or her own behavior. It means formation of attitude has some roots over there in your family also. Similarly, society also contributes in the formation of your attitude. Social concerns, social values, social cultural developments,
social developments, social stratas, casteism, okay, and other aspects which are related to society also have certain influence on the mind of an individual. Moreover, if you lead it to the community, suppose you have a family, right, and your family is living in one particular community of the society, what kind of atmosphere do you have? What kind of language do you have? What kind of people do you have? Which class they really belong to? What is their status in the society? All these things are also forming your attitude directly or indirectly. Now the fourth and the most important thing that forms your attitude is your education. What kind of education did you get? Where did you get? How did you get? Who are your teachers? How are they? If at all you get the education from the broad-minded teachers, automatically your attitude will also be positive. If at all the pessimistic and negativist teachers are teaching you, instead of encouraging you, they are discouraging you, probably your attitude will also be formed in the negative way. So the role of education, the role of teacher, the role of educational institution is really very, very considerable as far as the formation of your attitude is concerned. And now the last but not the least, you can add on so many aspects that can form your attitude, but I identified only 5 among many. The last one but not the least one is economy. What is your economical status? What is the financial position of your family? What is the financial position of your parents? What is the economical status given by the society to you within the society? So this also matters a lot, because those who are financially weak, sometimes their attitude and their confidence level is also negative. Because I have seen so many people around, only because of the economical conditions, their attitude is being sometimes negative or pessimistic, or else they have a green eye upon somebody who is well to do. Some sort of attitude formation is there, even because of the financial conditions. So here what I personally feel is, psychologically, then in the family point of view, in the social point of view, in the educational point of view, and in the economical point of view, there are several aspects which are directly and indirectly relating and forming your attitude. So this is how your attitude is formed. Now I'll switch over to the ways of changing attitude. Now you come to know that how the attitude is formed. But suppose you realize that with your own self-justification, that one particular attitude is wrong. So of course, if you put in the efforts, you can change it. But one thing I would like to say, a bad attitude is like a flat tire of a vehicle. And if you try to use the vehicle or accelerate the vehicle or speed up the vehicle, can you do it? You cannot. So a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere until you change it, until you change your tire. So likewise, if you want to improvise in your life, if you want to upgrade yourself in life, if you want to, climb up the success in your life, then you need to change your attitude also. What are the ways of changing your attitude? First of all, try to fill up the information gap. You know that ignorance is death, knowledge is life, as said by great Swami Vivekananda. So whatever information gap is there, try to fill up the gap. And once you fill up the gap, once you get the full-fledged information, once you are knowledgeable, automatically whatever negative or pessimistic attitude that you have developed, or you have become neutral as far as your attitude is concerned, gradually you can change your attitude and it can be a positive attitude also. Number 2, get rid of fear and anxiety. Already I told you, because of financial position, because of social position, because of some family issues, We develop so much of fear, so much of anxiety in life. Try to get rid of that fear and anxiety. Remove it from your personality. I know that fear or anxiety cannot be removed, even though you are very well prepared. Before going for the examination hall, that fear and anxiety automatically comes. But still, with some of our own personal efforts, if you really put it into very sincerely, I think you can get rid of fear and anxiety in your life. Similarly, try to resolve some of the discrepancies in your life. There are so many discrepancies that we have and that we do experience in our day-to-day life. So try to resolve it, try to remove it, sort out your issues, sort out your problems. Automatically, you will see the brighter side of life and you will definitely have something very positive as far as your own disposition and temperament is concerned. Then you have the impact of your peers. Peers in the sense the people, those who work along with you. Maybe your classmates, if at all you are studying. If you are a working professional, your colleagues working over there with you all. So these peers also have positive and negative impact on your mindset. So always get into the company of the people, those who are positive. Many times I told that a man is known by the company he keeps. If you have the circle of very good friends, automatically good habits will be inculcated and cultured within your own personality. If you have the bad company, automatically bad values will be cultivated in your personality. So the impact of peers, impact of colleagues, impact of friends is a very considerable aspect, and try to learn something positive from them. And if at all you feel that somebody is good and having one particular thread of his life which is a very positive one, try to adopt it. Once you do it, automatically you will also change your own attitude in this respect and try to learn the co-opting approach. We should always learn how to really cooperate the people, how to be really very positive in our own approach. And once you develop the co-opting approach, automatically your outlook to life will be positive and you will be able to change your attitude also. You can shift from negative to positive. You can shift from neutral to positive. But mind it well, never develop the fourth type of attitude that I suggested, that is the seeker attitude, because the seeker attitude is a self-destructive kind of attitude, right? Now, here I would like to tell you the positive attitude that can manifest in the following ways. If you really want to inculcate and develop and change your attitude, if at all you have maybe a few times or sometimes you are pessimistic or negative or neutral and now you want to change it, how can you do it really? Positive attitude can be manifested in the following ways. Always be optimistic in your life. Once you become optimistic, automatically optimism will be developed because you will see the brighter side of life. Some other time you might have heard about, you have a glass of water. Okay. Full glass, nobody will comment about it. Suppose it is full and half empty. It decides your attitude, how do you look at it. Some people will say it is half full and some people will say it is half empty. Both the answers are correct. But the thing is, how do you look at it? If you look at it in a positive way, you will find it half full. If you are a pessimistic or a negativist, you will find it half empty. Actually, both the answers are correct. So always develop the optimism in life. Look at the positive side of life, the brighter side of life. As you know, day represents or symbolizes happiness. Night symbolizes, depression and sorrow. But these are the literary interpretations. But we need to develop our own attitude to see the things around. So many people, if at all they are failure, they give up the job. No, don't do that. Never give up. Put in your efforts again and again till you are successful. I hope you may, remember Lokmanya Tilak in this respect. Failure is the first step to success. You may experience failure, that is the part of our life. Whenever you put an effort, not essential that you should always be successful. Success and failure both are the integral parts of our life, and it will definitely happen. Sometimes we sincerely prepare, but we fail to get the expected results. Never get disappointed with the situation. Moreover, try to understand where did you go wrong? Why did you really fail? What was the reason of failure? Whether your performance was not really up to mark. Think on these lines. This is the brighter side of the life. Always be inspired, and mind it well, positive thinking, creative thinking and constructive thinking can really make you a positivist in life. Right? Thinking process. Once you start thinking on the right line, once you made up your mind that you will think positively, creatively and constructively, automatically your mindset will be a positive one. Similarly, always be optimistic and optimistic about success. Expect success, because whatever work that we do, we want to be successful. Sometimes we may experience failure, leave it, let it be. But we should always expect success, so that our attempt of doing something will lead us to success. If at all you face any problems, look for the solutions. But there are so many people, those who are neutral, those who have neutral attitude and negativist, like they keep on thinking about the problem. Never think about the problem, think about the solution, so that you can solve the problem. If you get into the problem only, you will never solve the problem. Try to solve the problem so that you will get rid of the problem. So this is the positive attitude. Search opportunities, believe in your own abilities, be happy and satisfied with your life, have self-respect and confidence in you, always motivate others and get motivations from others. Try to accomplish your goals of life and see that failure and problems are the blessings in disguise. If at all you experience failure, if at all you have problem, doesn't mean that you should be pessimistic and negativist. Never be so. Try to solve them, try to sort them out. Automatically, they will function as if they are the blessings in disguise. So these are the things that can really manifest while making yourself as a positive person or a person with positive attitude. Now I will talk about certain stages of developing your attitude. How to develop a positive attitude? You can see the image here. The image is also showing several cards. They are placed in such a way, okay, from downward to upward, they are gradually going up and up. Sometimes one step is also shown as a down step. It means we can put in our efforts in order to develop our own positive attitude. What to do? This is an intrinsic aspect, Listen to your internal dialogue. It means meditation is required, contemplation is required, dialogue with your own self is required, self-discovery is required. In one of the sessions, I discussed about self-discovery. So have an internal dialogue with your own self. Where do I go wrong? Where do I go right? Whether my attitude is correct, whether my attitude is wrong, whether I behaved properly or not. All these things can be done, and that is a kind of internal dialogue that you have with your own self. Learn to communicate. See, communication with the self and communication with the people. Language is the best instrument to communicate. Of course, we do communicate without uttering a word also, but that is the body language. But we have limited exposures by that means. But language is the beautiful, very effective means of communication. It is the medium of communication. Do communicate. Express your views, experiences, feelings, emotions, observations, beliefs, disbeliefs, conceptions, misconceptions, so on and so on, so that you develop, something very positive, and the people will also come to know about you, what you are, how you are, and why you are so. So these things will automatically be over there. Then get back to your basics. Basics of your life are very important. That is the solid foundation of an individual. If you think that your perception is wrong, go back to the basics. If you think that your information is wrong, go back to the basics. If at all you think that your perception is holistically wrong, go back to the basics. Going back to the basics will make you a perfect man, mind it well. And try to help someone. If you help out someone, it will give you a different feeling of happiness, because you get happiness for yourself. Similarly, by helping others, others will also be, very happy in this respect, and you can share that feeling with the people. Once you start helping out others, automatically you will develop your positivity in your life. Similarly, find some time for spirituality. Already I talked about it when I spoke about the scientific point of view. I talked about spirituality also. Because unless you really have your own values, I think you will not be really happy with your own life. Allow yourself to be loved. If you love yourself, then only you will start, having the same feeling for others also. And once you start, loving yourself, or you love yourself, you will never be the victim of the fourth type of attitude, that is seeker attitude. Seeker attitude is self-destructive and destructive for others as well. So once you start, to love yourself, you will never, be the victim of the seeker attitude as such. Laugh and find some humor in the simplest things of your life, because life is really very beautiful, but you need to have that, that kind of feeling to identify where you can really laugh and find humor in your life. Participate in the physical activities, go for some sports, do some physical exercise, go for dance, do some mental activities also, because psychological development, mental development is equally important. And follow the principles of holistic health. Sometimes you might have heard like health is wealth. If your health is good, everything is good. Healthy body has a healthy mind, and if you really want to have a positive attitude, first of all you have to have a healthy mind. And when can you have healthy mind? Only when you have the holistic health, you have the healthy body. So this way you can develop your positive attitude and positive thinking also. In this respect, I would like to quote John Mitchell, who said, "Our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us." See how beautifully he said. If you have a positive attitude towards life, life will also have the same in return. But if you are a pessimistic one, life will also do the same for you. So our attitude towards life, if it is positive, that will determine the life's attitude towards us. So that is the way it is returning you the same. If you are, having a proper makeup and look at the mirror, or you see your own reflection in the mirror will display the same as you are. But you are not properly groomed, and straight away, as if you are getting up from your bed and finding your own face there in the mirror, as you are, it will be reflected. So it is like the same thing. Our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us. So this is said by John Mitchell. And now I move towards the another important aspect of my discussion, that is the benefits of a positive attitude. If at all you develop the positive attitude only, okay, sometimes you may be negative, sometimes you may be neutral depending on the situation, but never be seeker as far as your attitude formation is concerned, but always try to be positive. So once you develop the positive attitude, what are the benefits that you will be having in your life? It actually helps achieving goals and attainment in success. Positive attitude will be helpful to you to succeed in your life faster and more easily. It will inspire and motivate yourself and others. It will bring happiness and energy in your life. Positive attitude increases greater inner power and strength. Spiritually, you will be very strong. It will give strength to face any difficulty in your life, because problems are the integral part of our life. But don't look at the problem as a problem. Better you find a solution, so that your strength to face the problem will automatically be increased. It will also help you, in your life to make it more happy. And once you make your life more happy, automatically life will also start smiling at you. And the positive attitude will always benefit you, as far as the people around you are concerned, because once you develop self-respect for yourself, automatically people will also start respecting you because of your attitudes. If you are negative, people won't respect. If at all you are a person with a positive attitude, then only the people will respect you, mind it well. So there are a number of benefits of positive attitude in your life. And now I switch over to the last point of my presentation today, that is, attitude can be your best friend or the attitude can be your worst enemy. Now it is up to you to decide whether to have a positive attitude. If you have a positive attitude, that is going to be your best friend in life. But if you have a neutral attitude, negative attitude, or second attitude, then that is going to be the worst enemy of your life, that is for sure. So it is up to you to decide what kind of attitude you are going to develop in your life. And this way I come to an end with my presentation on this topic, that is positive attitude. I hope I could address this particular topic in a professional manner, so that you can also acquire certain skills, and once you be very positivist in your life, automatically your life will give you the same returns.